Hi everyone, this is Nicole Hines, and I am going to show you how to start a transaction with a package and a checklist in Remine Docs. And I'll also show you how to bring in the checklist if you forgot to add it the first time that you made the transaction. Okay, so from our LVR dashboard, I'm going to hit on Remine Docs. They actually added that icon. It used to just be Remine here, but we now have a Remine Docs icon. And I'm going to create a transaction. And it is going to be a listing. Mark this listing. You can name the transaction first, but once you put in the address or an MLS number, it's going to override whatever you put in here. So I would wait until you put in the MLS number or the address, and then you can change this name however you would like to change it. Okay, so I am going to put my client's first name and then the address. It brought in the legal name of the sellers, and that's all I need at this point for a listing because I don't have any buyers yet here. Okay, so we are going to hit next, and it defaults to going to forms. And you could manually add in a bunch of forms, but that would be very tedious. So the company's tried to make it easier on you by having packages and checklists available right over here. Okay, so I'm going to go to packages. I am going to pick, here, let's go to, you're going to have Home Smart Encore. I made packages for myself, but it's really kind of pointless because this program is intuitive, and the more you use it, it will fill the items in for you. So we want to go to listing package, and you want to check that box in the front because then it'll check all of the items in the package for you. Let me see here just a moment. Slide this up. If I didn't check that box, and this is how it looked when I got on this page, and I just clicked here, nothing is selected. So I wouldn't be bringing anything into the transaction. So you do want to make sure you check the box in front of the package that you're selecting. Okay, that is all selected. See down here it shows my selections. All of those items are selected. So now I can move over to checklists, click on the Home Smart Encore, and then pick the corresponding checklist right there, the HSE Required Listing Docs checklist. Now I've got the checklist and I've got all those forms that I need, and I am going to hit next, right down here, next, okay? And that little throbbing blue ball means that it is thinking. And when we get into the transaction, it defaults to going to documents. So here's the documents list, and you will find that I have put at the very top of the documents list, I put the required doc sheet. Just for your reference. You can't check anything off on this sheet, but it's there for your reference. Okay, let's hit the back button. But if you go over here to checklist, because we did bring in a checklist, here's your checklist. Let's open that up. I always have a little trouble with my computer opening it sometimes. I don't know why. There we go. Just touchy. It might be my mouse. Okay, so here's our required checklist. Now, as I have things signed or as I've uploaded them to RSA after they're completed and signed, I can choose how I want to use this checklist. It's only for you and you don't have to use it. But in the beginning, at least, so you don't get confused, if I am using this to mark off what's signed, I might want to name this Signed Docs. Just add that to the name. And then I'll know this is my checklist for everything that I have had signed. If I am going to use this for what I have uploaded to RSA, and you wouldn't upload it until it's fully executed, so this might be a good way to use it. I could check off the items as I've uploaded them to RSA. I know then where I am in the transaction, what's been completed for the office. Okay, so that's just how to use the checklist here. And of course, you can uncheck it if you made a mistake. Associate documents, I don't believe. Oh, here we go. It's just showing all the documents in the transaction. Interesting. Okay, so this is it. Let's go save. And we are back again in the transaction. Let's click on documents. So up here's our title to our transaction. Here it shows you what area you're in. That's documents. Here's checklist. Here's the signs, e-signs. And I have no e-signs in this transaction yet, of course. If I go right up here to this word that says my transactions, I'm going to see my whole list of transactions again. Okay, I am back in my transactions, and let's say I am going to work on a transaction, and I realize as I'm working on this transaction that I had forgotten to bring a checklist in. So documents, everything looks normal, but when I go to checklists, there's nothing there. All I have to do is come right up under the word documents, and there's a checklist box. So I've got checklists up here underlined. Go to checklists over here. It opens a box, create new or select. I'm going to select because it's already made for me. I don't need to go through the work of making one. Click on the box in front of required listing docs checklists. Actually, I'm not sure if that transaction was a listing or not, but we're going to pretend it was a listing. And let's go right here to next. And there we go. Now my checklist is in here. And I can check things off as I have them done. When you do check the items off on your checklist, remember to hit save in the upper right corner, and then you're done. Have a great day.